Hello everybody, this is Howard the Teaser King coming to you with week 12 of the NFL. Happy Thanksgiving. It's a big holiday week. I have 5 locks in total going. I have 3 NFL and 2 college teams going, a total of 5. I have a 21 unit lock, which I think is the biggest of the year, and 2 17 unit locks. These are very, very strong plays. I'm very high on them. I've waited on a couple, and I've been very careful picking these to get the very best trends and just taking the look of the games and the feel of it. They feel good, they look good, the trends are there technically, and the teams are there, and you know, I just find these are very, very strong plays, and they're definitely proper locks, as all my locks are, but this is definitely very, very strong locks. Again, in the NFL, I'm 103 and 24. If you take the picks, if you take Oakland, winner, Pittsburgh, winner, Philadelphia, winner, Cincinnati, loser. So if you go down the list, go on my history tab, you can count them if you want. I got 103 winners, 24 losers, and I've broken it out on my Facebook and in my Facebook groups to show you by week. Last week was 8 and 3. Again, if you buy my pro for the week, I'll give you all the locks as just so you can make money on these locks because they're very strong. You can buy the locks and the pros if you want, but if you buy the pros, you'll get the lock, you'll get the college lock, and you know, again, it's very, very strong lock there. So happy Thanksgiving. I'm hoping and wanting to make you money for the holidays, for Black Friday and everything else. So I got 3 games going tomorrow in the pros. I have a lock going tomorrow, and then I have 2 locks on Sunday and 2 locks on Saturday. I might have another lock Sunday. I'm kind of feeling it out if I like it, if it feels right. So let's get into the pick. Let me give you some Sunday action. All right, let's go to Baltimore and Cincinnati. Baltimore's laying 4.5. The team versus team trend. Now I do various different trend analysis. Again, I'm an analyst, so therefore I look for trends, and that's where I'm very, very sharp in. And that's why I'm successful at it, because A, I know the players, and B, I'm good at spotting the trends. So the initial trends are Cincinnati and the dog are 9 and 2, the last 11 in Baltimore. Cincy and the dog are 11 and 2 overall, and the dog in the series is 12 and 2. So you're looking at a dog-oriented series. So my first thought, and I'm going to walk you through my mind here. My first thought is I love Cincinnati in 10.5. Cincinnati, they're not the strongest road dog. Baltimore used to be a strong home favorite, but they're not anymore. And Baltimore's a bet against team now. And what I mean by that is, if you bet against Baltimore, you're 22 and 4 since 2015. Cincinnati as a road dog is 5 and 1. So right away, you got Baltimore as a bet against home favorite, 8 and 1. Baltimore 22 and 4 against, 85%. Cincy 5 and 1, 83% as a road dog since 2015. And then since 2014, the trend kind of changes. So really, the 2014 data doesn't go along with the 2015, 2016, which is really what we care about, is the newest trends, because the trends change, and what I'm very good at is watching the trends change. So you'll have a team that's a great home favorite. Baltimore used to be a great home favorite, over 85%. But as soon as Ray Lewis and Ed Reed left, all of a sudden, like Baltimore since 2014 is only 11 and 6 as a home favorite. So they've slipped. They don't have the defense they used to. Being a division game, they play each other twice. Again, Cincinnati is really strong in this series, as is the dog. Now, if I blindly played a technical analysis, the play would be Cincinnati, be piece of cake. And I'm not saying Cincinnati plus 10 or 10.5 isn't the play. But the problem is A.J. Green's out. So now you have the injury factor. How much is that going to take into effect? Cincinnati still has a strong defense. Baltimore, kind of weak. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the other numbers. Again, I'm looking at another method here. And you got, let's see, Baltimore scores only 19 a game. Well, I'll call it 20. We'll round it. They give up 19 a game. Cincinnati scores 20 a game and gives up 22. So the problem with Cincinnati is they're not scoring. The problem with Baltimore is they're not scoring. They're only scoring 20 a game. But they're giving up, Baltimore only gives up 18, and Cincy really gives up 22. Now you take A.J. Green out of the equation, and now you got Cincinnati maybe scoring 13 or 14 in this game without A.J. Green. Baltimore still doesn't score a lot. So that leads me to, according to that, do I like Cincinnati getting 10.5 without A.J. Green? That's a tough pill to swallow. Andy Dalton's been having problems. Let me look at an Andy Dalton stat. Andy Dalton, hold on. Well, this is through 8 games. He's thrown 9 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I got to get the latest data. But he doesn't throw a lot of touchdown passes. And they're really not running. I think their offensive coordinator is horrible. For the talent Cincinnati has, they should be scoring 25, 30 points a game, like Atlanta. If the Atlanta coordinator was at Cincinnati, I think you'd see Cincinnati scoring more. So the problem with this is Cincinnati a live dog here, as low as they score, and you take away their best player, A.J. Green. So again, I don't just analyze the trends, I'm analyzing the matchup. So the matchup says Cincinnati's not going to score a lot here. And neither is Baltimore, only scoring 19 a game. So now I look at it and go, I don't want to take Cincy in 10.5 without A.J. Green, although that's probably a winner. Baltimore I can't touch minus 4.5, getting 1.5, because Baltimore's not that much better than Cincinnati. So that leads me to the over-under. Over-under of 41. I can go over 35. But you're looking at two teams that average 20 a game. That gets you to 40, but now you lost A.J. Green. So maybe you get 35 points in the game. Or I can go under 47 because A.J. Green's out and Cincinnati's not going to score a lot. Baltimore doesn't score a lot anyway, and since he's got a really good defense. So with all that factored in now, I relook at it and go, you know what, I think even though all the trends are Cincinnati, you got to factor in A.J. Green. With A.J. Green out, it's going to be lower scoring for Cincinnati. So you got a struggling offense with a very good defense against a decent offense, only averaging 19 with a very good defense. So that leads me to go under in the game. Normally, if A.J. Green played, this would be a very strong Cincinnati plus 10.5. But you got to see how it all works. Because of the injury, I have to be careful with Cincinnati in 10.5. So that leads me to take Cincinnati under 47. I think it's the best way to play this game. And I look at it like that, and that's how I like to play it, is Cincinnati under. Let's go with the Giants playing Cleveland. Giants are laying 7. Huge trends on the Giants here. I can take the Giants -1, Cleveland plus 13, over under 45. To tell you the truth, the Giants are now more of an under team than an over team. Even with the receivers, they don't really have the running attack, so when they get in the red zone, they're kicking field goals, they're not scoring touchdowns, they have a good pass rush, their defense is very good. Let's take a quick look at their numbers. The Giants score 20 a game and give up 20 a game, so they're dead even there. Cleveland scores only 16 a game and gives up 30. And they got a weak pass defense. Beautiful matchup for the Giants. So I know Cleveland's been having quarterback problems, and they're starting McCown, who's pretty good. He's a pro quarterback. So expect a little more production from Cleveland. It's Cleveland's defense that I'm picking on with the Giants and Eli Manning and Beckham. I think they'll be able to take advantage of it. I think New York's defense will definitely slow Cleveland down. Now let's look at the trend. This year, the Giants are 5-1 as a road. Whoa, wait a minute. The Giants are 1-0 as a road favorite, 9-1 overall. So if you bet the Giants 10 games, you bet them all 10, you're 9-1, 90% trend taking the Giants. They're 6-0 as a favorite, 5-0 as a home favorite. So they've only been a road favorite once, and they covered. And if you bet against them, now here's the key, here's the tricky part. If you bet against the Giants, you'd be 10-0. So if you bet against the Giants every week, and I've been betting against them a lot, you're 10-0 with them. Now again, that's Dallas and Philadelphia and Washington, but every game now. So what does it tell you is they play close games. They win and they cover 9-1, but the other team wins also because they're not winning by 20 points. So expect maybe a 10-point game here. Giants are laying 7. Let's look at Cleveland now. Cleveland is 2-3 as a home dog, only 6-5 for the year, 50%, 55%. But if you bet against Cleveland as a home dog, 5-0. So you'd be perfect every time Cleveland's a home dog. Bet the other team 5-0. Every game you bet against Cleveland's perfect, 11-0. So you have a double trend here. You have the Giants betting against at 10-0, and Cleveland betting against 11-0. Now keep in mind, these are in 6-point teasers. This is why I'm the teaser king, and this is why I come up with my selections. Is I'm looking at the trends to start off. Now you look at the Giants' injuries, and nobody key. Beckham's playing, and Manning's playing. You look at Cleveland; they're on their 8th quarterback. McCown's okay, but basically this is a terrible team. This is the worst team in the league at 11-0. Let's go back to 2015, and the Giants are 3-1 on the road as a road favorite. 3-1 bet against. The Giants are still 23-3 bet against, 88%. You bet against them for the last 2 years. You only lost 3 times. Cleveland is a home dog, 5-5, 9-1 bet against them, 23-4 bet against them, 85%. So you're looking at 2 teams who you just bet against. The problem is they're playing each other. So this makes for a tease against Cleveland. You're going to probably win with the Giants. Tease against the Giants. You're probably going to win with Cleveland. Except for Cleveland as a home dog is only 5-5. They're not a really good home dog. And that's the mark of a good team. A good team as a home dog usually will go 8-0, 7-0. And the weak team is 5-5, bet against 9-1. So that's what you're looking for. I'll go back to 14. The Giants are 5-0 as a road favorite, so that's a good sign. They've been a road favorite 6 times. They're 5-1, so they are very comfortable being a road favorite. And that's what's good. Overall, against the Giants, 35-7. You're still 83%. Most of it's because they're at home. They're 20-2 bet against. So on the road is a road favorite, 4-3. So this is their role. They don't mind being a road favorite. And this is why I base the teams in roles, because some teams are comfortable as a favorite and comfortable as a dog, comfortable at home, comfortable on the road. And I find where each comfort level is. For example, Minnesota as a road dog's 15-1, but as a road favorite, they're 2-3. So Minnesota's been losing as road favorites, but as a road dog, they're killer. So that's kind of, you've got the personality of Minnesota. When they're on the road and they're the dog, they play really well. When they're favored, they don't have the same energy, or they think they're supposed to win. Whatever it is, they just don't play well in that role. But when they're the dog, they play extremely well. So there's trends for every team, and that's what I'm looking for. Again, so we go back to 2014. Cleveland as a home dog, 8-5. Cleveland, if you bet them every week since 2014, is only 26-17. It's only 60%. I mean, it's incredible. Even with the 6 points, they're only covering at 60%. Now against, as a home dog, 11-2. You're 85% every time Cleveland's a home dog, bet against them. Overall, Cleveland bet against 36-7, 84%. So for 14, 15, and 11 weeks of 16, you're 84%. If you didn't know anything about football and all you did was say, I'm going to play a teaser, I'm going to bet against Cleveland every week, and then I got all the trends. I usually find 2 games, and there you go. And it's just, anybody can do that. So just who's Cleveland play, especially when they're the home dog. So if they're the home dog, I'm betting against Cleveland. So that gets me to the conclusion of, from a technical standpoint, I like the Giants. Giants need the game. Cleveland hasn't beaten anybody all year. So you got a team that doesn't win. The Giants with Eli Manning, you got the quarterback. The cold weather's not going to bother them. They're from New York. Beckham's there. You got the receivers healthy. The defense looks good. And Cleveland, McCown, yeah, he can throw a little bit. And they're going to be a little competitive. And the Giants don't really blow out, so you're going to have to hold your breath a little in this game. At the end of the day, I look for the Giants to win by between 7 and 14 points. And that's what I look at. So you have the Giants -7. I would say down to -1. And I'd say that's a very good play, the Giants -1. The over-under 45, I would play it under 51. I think you're going to have cold weather. As I pointed out, Cleveland's a really weak offensive team. And the Giants they're only averaging 20. And the defenses are pretty good. So you got Cleveland, who doesn't score a lot, with a very weak defense. So the Giants should score a lot on Cleveland. But Cleveland doesn't have a big offense, shouldn't score a lot on the Giants. And the Giants have a fairly good defense at holding opponents to 20 a game. And they played Dallas, Washington, Philly. So they played some of the better offenses. So there you go. Take the Giants -1. Take Cincinnati under 47. You also have the weather coming, so it's going to be a little bit worse weather, which definitely I think favors the under in these games. So there's your point. There's your 2 teams. There you go. I mean, that's really understanding the personalities of the teams and the matchups of the teams. So since I have the matchups of every team and every division matchup, your Oakland, San Diego, your Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, that's one of the keys for me going 81%. It really breaks down the teams, and I can pick 9-10 winners a week. And I'm gonna lose a couple games, just the nature of the beast. It's like poker. You get pocket aces, you're gonna lose with them. Somebody will flop a set usually you lose when somebody flops a set. You got aces, somebody calls you with a pair of 8s and an 8 flops, and you're dead. And you try to get away from the hand if you can. But that's what I'm playing here. So you've got to realize all my plays are really strong. Here I've got a 90% trend against Cleveland that I'm playing. So that's all I can do. That's what you're looking for, and you look at the long run. So overall, again, 81%. I have about 10 games this week. I have 3 pro locks, and I could lock another 1 or 2. I might lock 1 more. I gotta be careful, and something might base it on what happens on tomorrow. But I got a very strong lock going tomorrow, and I highly recommend it. It's going with the college lock, and you can certainly put them with a pro lock. That's the thing. If you buy the locks, you can take Team A and put it with Team B or Team C. Put them with other teams you like. It's fine. I'm just saying this team is very, very strong. 90-95% trend. They win. Again, nothing's 100% trend. And I'm a little frustrated with my locks. Some of them are I'm not winning, and it's just like you're at poker and you keep getting your aces cracked, and you're like, okay, what's the point? But it just gets into it sometimes, and I'm very proud of the plays. The plays are proper. It's just, Chicago beats Minnesota, and then they lose to Tampa by 30. I mean, it just happens, and it's just one of the things. But that's what I'm, looking at, is the head-to-head trends and the team trends and everything else, and of course the injuries and everything else. So anyway, again, if you buy the pros, it's $100. You will get the college locks. I will email them to you. Not a problem. And again, I want everybody to have some good money for Christmas and Black Friday. I'll probably go shopping Saturday after the Michigan-Ohio State game, of course. Um, so I have very strong college going. This is a good week for it. And I've already given you the game of the year. Ohio State, Michigan's on the other YouTube. So good luck to you. Please, if you have any questions or comments, and again, buy the pros and you will get the college locks, the 21 unit lock. I'll be happy to give it to you if you buy the pro package. And it's a very good week to buy the pros. And as you can see from my history, 103 and 24. The worst week I had was a 7-4 week. So I mean, I've been really killing the pros this year. And this week, I think I have 9 or 10 games that I'm going to kill, and I got all 3 games tomorrow played. One is a very strong lock. So good luck, everybody, and have a great Thanksgiving. And I look forward to helping you and making you money so you can have a very nice holiday season and great Christmas. Okay, everybody, take care. Thank you very much. Again, it's Howard the Teaser King, www.teaserking.com. Feel free to look at the history page. I do not hide anything. It's all on the history tab. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great holiday.